Learn English through story. A lover's allure. In the bustling city of Port Haven, where the salty air mingled with the scent of fresh bread and roasted coffee, there lived a woman named Elena. At 35, Elena was an accomplished journalist, known for her fierce dedication to uncovering the truth and her unyielding passion for her work. Yet beneath the surface of her professional success lay a heart burdened by solitude. She had devoted her life to her career, chasing stories that illuminated the lives of others while neglecting the quiet longing that whispered within her a yearning for love and connection. Elena had always been drawn to the written word, believing that through storytelling, she could bridge the gaps between people. But after years of being immersed in her job, she found herself feeling more isolated than ever, her life consumed by deadlines and interviews. The last time she had been in love was over a decade ago, and since then, the flames of passion had been reduced to mere embers in her heart. One fateful evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky with hues of orange and pink, Elena made her way to a local art gallery. The exhibit, Whispers of the Heart, featured works from various artists, each piece telling a story of love, longing, and desire. Elena, eager for inspiration for her next article, stepped inside, the soft hum of conversation enveloping her like a warm embrace. As she moved from one painting to the next, Elena found herself captivated by a striking portrait of a woman, her eyes filled with longing and passion. It was painted by a newcomer to the scene, Alexander Kane, an artist known for his ability to evoke deep emotions through his work. Intrigued, Elena approached the nearby information table, where she overheard snippets of conversation about Alexander's enigmatic nature and magnetic charm. Just then, a tall figure emerged from the crowd, his presence commanding attention. Alexander was striking, with tousled dark hair, a chiseled jaw, and an easy confidence that drew people to him like moths to a flame. Elena felt a rush of warmth as he approached, his gaze locking onto hers with an intensity that made her heart race. "Beautiful, isn't it?" he said, nodding toward his painting. "I painted it during a particularly reflective moment. The model inspired a story I felt compelled to capture." Elena smiled, her pulse quickening. "It's captivating." There's so much emotion in her eyes. "Ah, the eyes," Alexander mused, a playful grin spreading across his face. "They say the eyes are the windows to the soul. I believe they tell stories we often forget to express." Their conversation flowed effortlessly, each word drawing them closer together. Elena found herself entranced not only by his talent but also by the way he spoke. He had the passion that lit up his eyes and the way he effortlessly connected with those around him. She had never met anyone quite like him. As the night wore on, Alexander and Elena drifted to the gallery's outdoor terrace, where the air was fragrant with blooming jasmine. The city lights twinkled in the distance, and the atmosphere buzzed with creativity and inspiration. They shared stories, laughter, and a growing chemistry that left Elena breathless. For the first time in years, she felt alive, as if the very air around her pulsed with possibility. "Would you like to join me for a drink?" Alexander asked, his voice low and inviting. Elena hesitated, her professional instincts urging her to maintain boundaries. Yet, the allure of the moment, the magnetic pull she felt toward him, made it impossible to resist. "I'd love to." They wandered to a nearby cafe tilde copyright, where the ambience was intimate, and the sounds of laughter blended with the clinking of glasses. Over wine and shared stories, the connection between them deepened. They spoke of dreams, ambitions, and the bittersweet nature of love. Elena found herself opening up in ways she hadn't in years, revealing her vulnerabilities and desires, while Alexander listened intently, his gaze unwavering. As the evening drew to a close, Alexander leaned in, his voice a soft whisper. "There's something enchanting about you, Elena. You have a fire within you that I can't quite resist." Elena's heart raced, her breath catching in her throat. The tension between them was palpable, a current that crackled in the air. But just as she was about to lean in, she caught herself, a flash of caution piercing through the haze of attraction. "I'm not sure this is a good idea." "Why not?" he replied, his eyes searching hers. "Life is too short to deny what we feel. We're both here, right now, in this moment. Why not embrace it?" Elena's resolve began to waver. The allure of the unknown, the promise of passion and connection, beckoned her to let go of her fears. Yet, the scars of past relationships and the weight of her solitude held her back. "I just a broken bar, I don't want to get hurt." Alexander smiled gently, his expression understanding. "I won't hurt you, Elena. I only want to explore this connection with you. We can take it slow, see where it leads." With her heart pounding, Elena finally nodded, her inhibitions melting away. They exchanged numbers and promised to meet again. As she walked home that night, the stars twinkled above, mirroring the fluttering excitement in her chest. Over the following weeks, Elena and Alexander spent more time together, their initial attraction blossoming into something deeper. They explored the city, visited art exhibits, and shared stolen moments beneath the moonlit sky. With each encounter, Elena felt herself falling for him, surrendering to the allure of his charm and the intensity of their connection. However, as their relationship deepened, so did Elena's anxiety. She began to question if this newfound love was merely a fleeting distraction or something more profound. Would she be able to trust him, to let him into the depths of her heart? Despite her fears, she found herself captivated by Alexander's passion for art and life, and she couldn't shake the feeling that he was different from anyone she had ever known. One evening, as they strolled along the beach, the sun dipping below the horizon, casting a golden hue over the waves, Elena turned to Alexander. "Do you believe in fate?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. He paused, looking at her intently. "I believe that every moment leads us to where we're meant to be. Every choice, every experience, shapes our path." "Why do you ask?" "I just wonder if we're meant to find each other like this," she admitted, her heart pounding. "It feels too perfect. And yet a broken bar, I can't help but feel afraid." "Fear is a natural part of love," he replied, reaching for her hand. "But it's also a sign that we're alive, that we're willing to risk our hearts for something beautiful." Elena's breath caught in her throat as he brushed his thumb across her knuckles, sending shivers down her spine. "I want to be brave, but I don't want to lose myself again. I've been so focused on my career that I forgot what it feels like to be vulnerable." "Vulnerability is strength," Alexander said softly. "It's the bridge to true intimacy. If you let me, I want to be the one who shows you that." With those words, he leaned in, capturing her lips in a soft, lingering kiss that sent her heart racing. In that moment, Elena felt a wave of emotion wash over her, a mix of excitement, fear, and hope. She wanted to believe in the promise of love, to trust that Alexander would cherish her heart. As weeks turned into months, Their relationship blossomed into a passionate love affair that ignited every part of Elena's being. Alexander's presence was intoxicating, a whirlwind of creativity and energy that swept her off her feet. He challenged her to embrace her artistic side, encouraging her to explore the stories that lay within her, and in return, Elena found herself inspiring him in ways he hadn't expected. Together, they created a world filled with art, laughter, and love, a world that felt like a dream. But just as she began to let her guard down, shadows of doubt crept in. Elena noticed how Alexander often retreated into himself, sometimes lost in thought, as if the weight of unspoken secrets burdened him. She tried to dismiss it, believing it was merely the artist's nature to be introspective, but the more time they spent together, the more she felt an invisible wall between them. One evening, after a particularly passionate night spent trapped in each other's arms, Elena decided it was time to confront her fears. They sat together on the couch, the dim light casting a warm glow around them, and she turned to him, her heart racing. "Alexander, is there something you're not telling me?" His expression shifted, the warmth in his eyes replaced by a flicker of uncertainty. "What do you mean? You've been distant lately. I can feel it. Is there something you're holding back?" She pressed gently, her voice steady despite the turmoil within her. He hesitated, his gaze drifting to the floor. "It's not you, Elena. It's me. I've been dealing with some things at personal matters that I haven't fully shared with you." "Then please, share them with me. I want to be here for you, but I can't help you if you don't let me in," she urged, her heart aching for him. With a deep breath, Alexander looked up, his eyes glistening with unshed tears. "I'm not the man you think I am. I've struggled with my past demons that I've tried to escape. I thought that being with you would help me find a way to heal. But the truth is, I'm still working through it." Elena felt her heart sink. "What do you mean?" "I had a difficult childhood, Elena," he admitted, his voice trembling. "I've battled with depression and feelings of inadequacy for most of my life. Art has always been my escape, but it doesn't always save me. I'm afraid that if I let you in completely, I'll drag you down with me." Elena's heart ached at his vulnerability. "You're not alone in this, Alexander. I want to help you, to support you. You don't have to bear this burden by yourself." He shook his head, tears spilling down his cheeks. "But what if I can't? What if I can't be the man you deserve?" In that moment, Elena understood the depth of his fear and the allure of the love they shared. It was not just passion and excitement, it was also the weight of reality of the struggles, the insecurities, the battles they each faced. She reached for his hands, holding them tightly as she searched his gaze. "Love isn't about being perfect. It's about facing the imperfections together. I want to be here for you, not just in the good times but through the challenges too." Alexander's expression softened, his shoulders relaxing slightly as he absorbed her words. "You make it sound so easy, yet I feel like I'm losing control. I don't want to ruin us." "You won't ruin anything by being honest with me," Elena replied, her voice steady. "We can work through this together. I want to be your partner in every sense." A flicker of hope ignited in his eyes. "You really mean that?" "Yes," she affirmed, squeezing his hands. "Let's face our fears together, and see where it leads us." Over the next few weeks, they navigated the complexities of their relationship with newfound openness and honesty. They learned to communicate their fears and insecurities, supporting one another through their struggles. With each conversation, Elena felt the barriers between them begin to crumble, replaced by a deeper understanding and appreciation for one another. As their bond grew stronger, Elena's career also flourished. Inspired by her relationship with Alexander, she began writing articles that explored the complexities of love, vulnerability, and the power of connection. Her work resonated with readers, and soon she found herself gaining recognition in the literary world. Yet, despite her professional success, it was the love she shared with Alexander that filled her heart with a sense of fulfillment she had never known. One evening, after a particularly successful gallery opening where Alexander showcased his latest works, they returned to his studio, laughter still echoing from the night's festivities. The walls were adorned with vibrant paintings, each one telling a story that echoed the depths of their connection. As they settled onto the couch, Elena leaned in, her heart swelling with emotion. "I can't believe how far we've come," she said, a soft smile gracing her lips. "I never imagined that opening my heart to you would lead to such a transformative journey." Alexander took her hand, his thumb grazing her knuckles. "You've changed my life in ways I never thought possible, Elena. You've shown me that love isn't just about passion, it's about trust, vulnerability, and facing our demons together." She could feel the weight of his gaze, the depth of his sincerity, and it made her heart race. "I believe in us, Alexander. I believe in our love." With a spark of mischief in his eyes, he leaned closer, a playful grin on his face. "So, what's next for us? Are we ready to take on the world together?" "Absolutely," she replied, laughter bubbling up within her. "Together, we can conquer anything." And with that, Alexander pulled her into an embrace, wrapping her in the warmth of his love. In that moment, Elena understood that the allure of a lover's connection was not merely about passion but about the courage to face the unknown, to dive into the depths of vulnerability, and to find solace in one another. As the sun rose the next day, casting a golden light through the window, Elena felt a renewed sense of hope. The allure of love had transformed her life, awakening her heart and soul in ways she had never imagined. Together with Alexander, she was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, knowing that their love was a force strong enough to conquer the shadows and embrace the beauty of life's journey. Love's allure lies not only in passion and desire but also in vulnerability and the willingness to face life's challenges together. True connection requires courage, honesty, and the understanding that imperfections are part of the journey. When we open our hearts and embrace our fears, we create a love that is resilient and transformative, allowing us to navigate the complexities of life hand in hand. I hope you enjoyed the story. If you enjoyed, then please like and share this video and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.